Welcome to SG Times Explainer. I am Sakshi from the Faculty of Mass Communication and Media Technology. Today we will discuss what caused the ATR 72 plane to crash and why air travel is so risky in Nepal. According to the Safety Matters Foundation, there have been 42 fatal aviation crashes in Nepal since 1946. After a 27-minute flight from Kathmandu, Yeti Airlines Flight 691 crashed just before landing in Nepal's tourist city of Pokhara, the entrance to a famous trekking destination in the Himalayas. At least 69 of the 72 persons on board have been confirmed deceased. Pilot says Nepal may be difficult to fly in, but circumstances at the time of the incident were ideal, with minimal wind, clear skies and temperatures well above freezing. So, why did a Nepalese airplane crash in a clear sky? Did the flight interrupt? A breathtaking video filmed from the ground on a smartphone shows the final seconds before the jet crashed in a ravine about 1.6 kilometers from the recently opened Pokhara International Airport. According to Amit Singh, an experienced pilot and founder of India Safety Matters Foundation, the aircraft's nose is high before the left wing rapidly descends and the plane falls out of sight of the video, suggesting a possible stall. Professor Ron Barch, an aviation safety expert and the founder of Avlo Aviation Consulting in Australia, told Sydney's Channel 9 that the jet looked to have entered a stall. Its closeness to the ground may have given the pilots the impression that their speed was higher than it was, he added. I would say the airplane has reached an aerodynamic stall, he remarked after seeing the footage right before the disaster. Perhaps a pilot mistake. According to Yeti Airlines spokeswoman Pemba Sherpa, the reason for the incident is being investigated. The ATR 72 debuted in the late 1980s as a joint effort between France and Italy, and despite being involved in multiple fatal incidents over the years, many of which were caused by ice, it has a quite strong track record, according to Barch. On Monday, searchers retrieved the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder from the accident site, but investigators won't know for sure what occurred until they are thoroughly reviewed. Human factors will be an issue that the investigators will look at to determine if sufficient training was provided, Barch added. However, airplanes, especially contemporary aircraft, do not merely fall out of the sky. It is possible that a technical issue with the aircraft's equipment provided the pilots with incorrect data, but even in that case, a stall may be recovered, according to Singh. The pilots should be taught to deal with technological problems, he stated. Despite its difficult airports and environment, Singh stated that Nepal's aviation industry has a dismal track record for safety and training. Despite improvements, he emphasized that its planes are not permitted to fly inside European airspace. According to a pilot who regularly flies an ATR 72-500 plane from India to Nepal, the region's landscape with its high peaks and small valleys increases the likelihood of accidents and sometimes forces pilots to fly by sight rather than instruments. The pilot, who works for a private Indian airline and requested anonymity owing to business policies, described the ATR 72-500 as an unforgiving aircraft if the pilot isn't highly trained and familiar with the region's topography and wind speed. ATR stated on Twitter on Sunday that its experts were completely engaged to help both the inquiry and the customer, and that its first thoughts are with all those touched by this. Requests for more comments were not immediately returned by the firm. Questions about the new airport. Nepal, home to 8 of the world's 14 tallest mountains, has a history of plane crashes. Since 1946, there have been 42 fatal aviation crashes in Nepal, according to the Safety Matters Foundation. According to a 2019 safety assessment from Nepal Civil Aviation Authority, the country's difficult geography and diverse weather patterns were the key concerns, resulting in a number of accidents to light aircraft. According to the survey, such incidents occurred at airports with short runway strips for takeoff and landing, and the majority were caused by pilot mistakes. Pokhara Airport, a major tourist site as the entrance to the Annapurna mountain range, is located at a height of around 820 meters. Before the airport's inauguration 2 weeks ago, several voiced worry that the number of birds in the vicinity, given by 2 rivers and a dump near the airport, would make it even more dangerous. According to local media sources, the city's mayor stated before the airport's formal opening that works to minimize the effects of the landfill had been finished, but it was unclear what actions were done. If the plane had been hit by a bird as it approached the runway, the pilots could have decided to abandon their approach and circle around again, which might have resulted in a stall, according to Singh. A high thrust setting might cause a stall, he explained. Crews frequently mishandle go-arounds. So once again, the question is, how did the pilot deal with the failure? That's all for today in SG Times Explainer. Thanks for watching.